Hi everyone, I'm Sam Bettens, trans man, frontman of Case Choice and Rex Rebel, and these days, just like you, global citizen practicing social distancing. It's a very comfortable 80 degrees in the desert today, and I'm about 10 degrees away from a refreshing dive in the pool. I wore this Hawaiian shirt especially for you, because frankly, I think you might need it. Without any travel, and all upcoming TV shows and concerts either canceled or postponed, I'm finding myself with a lot of time to ponder. And I'm about to do some of that pondering in this vlog. It's been a little over 2 weeks since I flew home from Belgium after a highly emotional and very successful, I might add, first run of Rex Rebel shows. I self-isolated, and luckily all of us are still healthy. These are some of my thoughts after the first 14 days of hunkering down with my family. Number 1, so far I haven't really missed anything. Sure, it's really weird to think that you can't go anywhere, even if you really wanted to. But this quarantine has forced us all to slow down. And I have to admit, in a way, it's kind of nice. Don't get me wrong, I wish I could hug my friends. I wish our big kids were here as well. And I wish after I touch a doorknob, I didn't have to disinfect my fingernails. But in the spirit of not looking for problems when they're not really there, I personally haven't suffered. And I appreciate the sense of calm that has come over us, even if it's mixed with a healthy dose of fear for the unknown and a persistent heartache for those on the front lines, from nursing homes to surgical suites. Number 2. None of us really know what the perfect course of action is. And although it's smart to not just blindly accept everything people in power are saying, regardless of your personal opinion, just follow the guidelines laid out by medical professionals. When it comes to the health and even survival of others, why not just err on the side of caution? A heartwarming sense of togetherness has settled on many of our communities. And I like to focus on that, rather than on the political divide, on the seriousness of this pandemic, or the handful of idiots that still don't get it. So do your part, save your parents, save your grandparents, and stay home. Number 3, I love my dog. This is nothing new, of course. Most people do, fortunately. But 2 of our closest friends have adopted pets in the last week. And I, for one, am not surprised. It's a perfect time to train a pet, distract yourself and your kids from this global viral disaster, and sit on the floor cuddling with a furry animal. My dog walks have become even more special. Kanga allows me to venture around the block and breathe in the cool morning air. And since she's blissfully unaware of what's going on in the world, she constantly reminds us that all that matters is that we have each other. Number 4, I haven't been misgendered in 2 weeks. Talk about a silver lining. I am within the safe confines of my own property where I'm known as Dad, and that goes unquestioned. Social distancing has translated into zero social awkwardness, which in turn has translated into me walking around shirtless pretty much 99% of the time from the second that thermometer hits 65 degrees. Don't worry, I'm putting sunscreen on those scars, and yes, I know too much sun is bad for you. But I'm already a vegan, crossfitting, tea drinking, non-smoking, barely drinking, whole grains consuming freak. You gotta give me something. Number 5, this is bringing out the best in our creative parenting and wearing us out at the same time. We're baking cookies, taking our time for steel-cut oatmeal, playing 2-on-2 basketball games, organizing obstacle courses. We even dance together with an instructional video. It's hard work entertaining 2 9-year-olds who should be in school, and it gets tricky finding the right balance between fun and making sure their minds don't turn into mush. Also dealing with their wrath when things don't go their way. They can be mean. So needless to say, after we're done patting ourselves on the back, this quarantine is also bringing out our deep, deep appreciation for teachers, babysitters, camp directors, lunch ladies, custodians, piano teachers, coaches, principals, and pretty much anyone who has ever had to spend an entire day with our kids. When I said earlier there was nothing I missed, I lied. We do miss you very, very much. Number 6, my sunny disposition is genetic. My parents back in Belgium haven't been able to hug their grandkids or venture beyond their block for weeks. Like the troopers that they are, they have embarked on an alternating Scrabble and Boggle marathon, and they've been chipper as ever, making the most of a bad situation without complaint as usual. Now, do I wish we had a show next week? Am I already getting sick of this self-imposed spending freeze? And would I love to send the kids back to school 8 to 3? Sure, yes, and hell yeah. But don't they say that it's in times of adversity and uncertainty that we show our true character? I refuse to succumb to this feeling of despair. It doesn't help me, and it sure won't help anybody else. But it's a fight sometimes. Often, when the sun starts to go down, I too sense a dark melancholy trying to make its way in. Number 7, your disappointment or hardship is valid, even if other people have it worse than you. I'm not telling you to disappear into an abyss of self-pity, but allow yourself to feel bad about the opportunities you may have missed, the money you're losing, the projects you don't get to do, or the people that you miss. There's plenty of empathy to go around. This is not a sprint. This disaster is not quick like a hurricane, where we can wake up the next morning and start thinking about rebuilding. This is the new normal for a while, so don't be too hard on yourself for not making the most of every single minute. Don't put all your energy into optimizing these first couple of weeks. We're still going to need you to have some spunk left a long time from now. And that's it for Quarantine Part 1. Stay tuned for Part 2, where I possibly will disagree with everything I just said. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, share if you think someone else might like it too, turn on your notifications, and subscribe if you want to know when the next vlog drops. And finally, stay healthy and take good care of each other. I love you, I appreciate you. Hang loose.